how to install and create presets in Luminar Neo is our topic today on Luminar Coffee Break. Let's see what we can accomplish in 15 minutes or less, starting now. Hello, everyone, and welcome. The topic today is about not just installing and using presets, but also how to organize them inside Luminar Neo, and I'm going to show you all of that. But I do want to show you this here. I'm really excited about this. Get to my desktop. All right, so this image here came from my newest intern, Kyle. He's a St. John's University student in New York City, and a young kid, 20, 21 years old. He's traveling abroad. He flew into Milan, then from Milan, he ended up in Switzerland. So what he's doing is he's taking a couple of months because he's majoring in photography at school, and he's just exploring the world. How incredible is that? So what we're doing is by using Luminar Spaces, by using our space and publish the spaces, he's able to give me all the images he's working on, and this was one of them. Now, imagine this. Kid's in Switzerland, enjoying his time, having a great time. Does he want to stand or sit behind a computer for several hours editing those photos? Or would he rather go out and start shooting? That's why presets are so important. Here's the original image, which is okay, but it's definitely not this here, all right? This right here, I'm sure, that's not what he saw. This is what he photographed. So what we're going to do is just do it real quick because he does want to show his family and friends, and he can come and just click on presets. For this photo, it's going to use AI to analyze the image and think which of these sets will do a great job, and then it also suggests other ones you could actually purchase. So these are the free ones. Let's go to Scenic. This one's always good. Look, clear and sharp. And then fast fixed, and I just hover over them, and it's going to give me a good, that's a little too much, pleasing touch. Actually, you know what? I like pleasing touch. And I like it so much, I'm going to heart it and give it one of my favorites. Let's look before and after. There's before. Look at that, just one simple click. There he has it, but here's where it gets better. We applied the preset, but you know what? Remember, education, 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 always learn. What did these professional photographers do to create that preset? Here it is. They use develop, and you can see what develop is doing. And look, just come down here and just start clicking away to see what was applied. And of course, one of our best friends, Enhance AI. Look at this now. With Enhance AI, one thing I am noticing with snow, it kind of gave it a bluish tint. Well, here's what's neat. We can still come in, and even though we applied that as a preset, it's editable. I can come in, and I want to get rid of that bluish tint here, but I want a little overboard. So let me bring it back in here, and that's fine. All right, let's see the difference. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then color, and it brought it all back in together. So there we have it. Now, here's what's really cool. This was a preset that you applied. If you come down here, look at this right here, you could save this now as your own preset. So I'm going to save it, because imagine Kyle's going to apply this to, let's say, 30 or 40 images. Well, he doesn't want to have to apply the preset, make the changes, and continue. So we can come in here. Let's see, file, mountains, version 2. All right, and there we have it. Now, disclaimer, what I should have done, by the way, you saw me do that little masking. If you're going to save a preset, don't mask, because of the next image, that mask is going to be applied to it, so we don't want to do that. But what's really neat about presets is this. Let's say I apply a sky. For this image, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to keep it this way, but let's just say we wanted to apply a sky to this. And let me find the skies. We'll go landscapes. Here we are, sky. And I just want to do a simple one. We'll put this in here. There it is. All right. So let's, just for the sake of doing this, I'm going to come in and sky adjustment. You focus it just a little bit. And then let's do the brightness of it. Right about there. Okay. All right. Let's just say I have this. Oh, what's really neat about this is now if I save the preset, I'm going to come in here. And once I save the preset, it's going to include that sky automatically for me. So from now on, when I apply this particular preset, we'll just say Kyle again with sky. You would give it a more creative words out of it. So let's say we did this now. Adjustment. And we get the edit. Here we go. And I'm just going to go back in and I'm going to reset everything. Revert to original. All right, so there's the original. Well, guess what? When we come back in and we apply these presets, here's the original one that we did with Kyle. And there it is. But look at this. It puts the sky in for you. So keep that in mind when you're creating presets. You can start with one that's already there, and then you can continue. All right? Now, let's go back to the presets here. From the presets, I love this image. I love this image. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go to my presets, and there are some that I just absolutely love. They're my favorites. So either my own presets, or let's say I found some that I just thought were absolutely amazing. So I click the heart icon, and look at this. Now they're in my favorites. So look how fast I can do this. I like this. I like this one a lot. All right, so there we have it. Boom. So that's another way to organize your presets. Now, you can purchase additional presets, and here's how you can do this. Let's say we come down here to purchase. I could add, and it could take me to Luminar Marketplace. Boom, I buy it, get more, do all that great stuff. Well, let's get to Luminar Marketplace. So here I am. 1 second, let me get to it. Skylum.com. All right, so I just purchased them. Well, where are they? Well, if I come over here to my account, and here's all my software that I have, and look, here's your activations and so on. So by the way, you don't need to contact support. Just go here if you want to install it on a new computer and just reactivate. You just close out the activation on the old computer, put it on the new one. Well, here's your add-ons. Now look at this. I have a ton of them, of course, for my team. Oh, here's our good friend, the clever photographer, which is Jacob. Look at this. All right, let's download this one. I'm going to download it. And these are ones that you've purchased. Well, this came in as a zip. So what I have to do is I'm going to have to unzip it and extract all. There it is. And now I have, these are LUTs. So now I have a LUT. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy it. Where is it stored right now? Well, it's stored in my downloads folder. I'm never going to remember that. Where should we put it? Remember, we talked about this a million times, and I hope this is built in. Put it where your photos are. So here's my folder called _photography. Under assets, we already said these were LUTs. I'm going to come down here to my LUTs and right click, paste. Should be another. Yep, I already have it in there. And I'm just going to skip these for now. Now I know exactly where those LUTs are. So why is that important? Well, here it is, nostalgic LUTs. Why is that important? Well, when we get back into Luminar Neo, here we are, and I want to apply that LUT to one of my images. Well, I'm going to come here to edit, and we know the LUTs are going to be under the creative tools. And with the creative tools, here it's under mood. So here's where we're going to put our LUTs. Well, I'm going to add a custom LUT file. And where is it? Well, Here we are under Assets, LUTs. And then this one here was Nostalgic. Here it is. And now I can add just one, or if I do this, again, this is on Windows. Let me just grab a couple. I wish we could see what they look like ahead of time, but as of right now, we can't. So I'm going to do this, this, and this. I want these three. Open. Now that I did that, I'm going to notice right over here, it's going to give me the ability to choose my LUTs now. There's my custom LUTs, and there's the ones we just installed. All right? Let's say I do the silver shade. Ooh, nice, Jacob. A little stuff here, and there it is. All right? So that's what I'm going to do when I'm installing a LUTs, an overlay, anything that, in fact, with the overlays, let's get back to this here. Let's see my downloads. So I did download these. Here's an overlay. So this I downloaded in overlays. Well, where would I put them? Once I extract them, same thing. I'm going to come over here, my photography, and under assets, I'm going to tuck them nice and neat under overlays. And there they are. Now, when do I use the overlays? Well, that's where you would create a layer. So here's the layer, and there's that overlay that I added. Well, let's just add a different one. I'm going to look, assets, where is it? Overlays. And it was scanned overlays. There they are. Let's say we do this one. And now that I have it here, I can select it. Let's fill the screen. I'm going to put it to 100% just so I can see it. And then overlay, probably soft light. Yeah. Now, you could decide which one you want to add. Let's say I did see one I really liked. Overlays, vintage, film. All right. And I could just right click, view large icons. Okay, you know what? Yeah, these will be better. Let me grab this one. Pop that in. Once again, fill it, fit it, stretch it. I like stretching it. All right, and then make this an overlay. Let's do soft light. There we are. All right, so that's where you would put textures, overlays, and then when you do the same thing with your skies, you would do the same concept as you would download the files for skies, and then there they are. Now, what do we do when we actually have presets? All right, well, presets are a little bit different. So the team at Skylum, they're so creative. Here are a bunch of presets that the team's created. I'll download it again. Probably downloaded it several times. Yeah, I did. All right. And these were called the Spectrum Story. Now, it came in as a zip. Actually, I'm sorry. It came in as an LNPC, Luminar Neo preset collection. C is for collection. Now, in Windows, I could just double click on this right now. Boom. And it installs it automatically for me. If you want to take the traditional approach, you can come in here and from the file menu, you can add the Luminar Neo preset collection. And where was it? Well, I have it in downloads, but you know what? That's what we're going to do. There it is in downloads. But you know what I'm going to do? Right click. I want to copy that. And you guessed it. I'm going to go back over to my assets. And now presets. All right. I'm going to actually create, let me just create a new folder. And I'm going to call this presets. And I'm going to put it right here. You see where I'm heading with this, right? Because if something happens to your computer, and all of this is backed up on your drives, but let's say you lose those presets, you deleted them, or whatever happens, now you know exactly where they are right here. You can always go back to Luminar Marketplace and download them from there, but now you have it in one spot. I'm going to grab it, open it, and then it's going to install it automatically for me. And I look under my presets, and there it is. Boom. I can come back in, and I can start using the presets from there. All right? So I hope that helps you understand about presets. It's coming up real soon. The team has something really special that's happening in the next week or so, and I'm going to record some videos for you on more in depth about presets. So imagine you're Kyle right now in Switzerland, and you want to enjoy the scenes, you want to go out and photograph more, but you still have duties, which his task is to send me some of these images. He doesn't have to sit in front of the computer all day long or all night long. All he needs to do is come in, grab a couple presets, add them, boom, shoot them over to me or put them on his public space, or published spaces so I can check them out, and he's ready to go. Presets are huge. They're even better when you create them yourself from a base. So let's say you download some that you love on Luminar Marketplace. You think these are the greatest. You purchase them, install them, and then you tweak them and make them your own. All right? Well, guys, what I need you to do for me is this. We have a survey coming up. And what this is going to be is your turn to give us, and your voice matters to us, give us your ideas. This right here is going to help us. And let's see if I have it already. One moment. I'm pretty sure you know what? I didn't download it. But, yeah. So there's questions that you can, this right here is going to, 6 simple questions that is going to help us shape Luminar Neo and courses that you want to see on Skylum Marketplace. And there's also going to ask you questions about what instructors do you really enjoy listening to, or you feel that you would love to see more courses from. There's Jim Nix, there's Darlene Hildebrandt, there's Hazel Meredith. There's so many that are out there that are doing absolutely incredible things. Here's your chance to let the Skylum team know what you would like to see more of on Luminar Marketplace. And see, we have a new series that just came out, Practical Edits. So there it is on YouTube. There's a new one coming out this Friday, 3 p.m. Check it out. Practical Edits are simple edits that anyone can do, especially those who are just starting out with Luminar Neo and don't know where to begin. And it's also for you experts out there that you go through your editing, you go through all the stuff you've done, and you realize, you know what? I forgot about that. I've been editing so much this way. Ooh, here's a quick practical edit I can do to make my editing workflow much faster. All right? And as always, please make sure you join us on our Facebook group, because there we talk and discuss more. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. All right? Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you're here, please stick around for the Ask Me Anything segment. For everyone else, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.